Hi, I'm Richard Harrison, the Technical Product Manager for Windows Intune here at Microsoft. And I'm here to show you a few Windows Intune tips and tricks. So let's get started and I'll show you how to set up your service administrators. So here we are at the Windows Intune Administration Console, and I've selected the Administration Workspace. So from here, to set up my accounts, I'll go to the Administrator Management option. Now we can see that I've got 3 administrators set up. The first is my tenant administrator. This was created when we first set the account up, and typically we don't recommend that you use that for day-to-day service administration. So we've created the option to add in additional service administrators so that you can share the load across the management of Windows Intune. So by clicking Add Administrator, I can add in particular live ID email addresses that will allow others to log on. So in this example, I'll create helpdesk@adatum.com and then add them to the list of service administrators. And at this point, the next time helpdesk@adatum.com logs in, they'll be able to get to this console and manage the Windows Intune service. Our next tip is how to manage Windows Intune client software. So in this hint, what I'm going to show you is how to use the Windows Intune console to manage the software download for installing your clients. So I've logged on to the Contoso environment here, and I'm at the Systems Overview screen. So to get the download package for my clients, what I'll need to do is go to the Administration Workspace and select the Client Software Download. And from here, I can click this button to download the client software package. And that's going to be delivered to my workspace as a zip file. So if I just switch back down, I've already downloaded that zip file here. And by opening it up, you can see the files that are inside the zip. We've got Windows Intune setup.exe, and we've got a Windows Intune account cert. You need both these files in order to identify the environment that the machine is going to be joining into. So now that I have this download, I have a number of options that I can use to distribute this to the necessary clients. First one is the direct download. So if it was this particular machine that I was going to be joining into the environment, I can run the setup.exe directly and it will join. However, if I'm an administrator working on my own machine and I now want to distribute this to other clients, my other options are I could save this off to a network share so that anybody who has access to that network share would be able to then run the setup.exe file directly from that. Or I could copy it to a flash drive or some other portable media that would enable administrators to take it to the client site and install the machine. Then finally, we could use something like an electronic software distribution mechanism to enable us to push out the setup.exe file. And if you take a look at the switch details of setup.exe here, you'll be able to see that there is an extract option that will allow us to pull out MSI files for either the x86 or x64 environments, so that you could install an MSI file if that's what your electronic software distribution mechanism uses. So if you were using something like a group policy software distribution or a System Center Configuration Manager, then you could use the MSI files to do the distribution that way. Whichever approach you use, or even if you use a mixture of all of them, it's important to ensure that the installation files are secured. The Windows Intune client software installer is unique to your environment, so you don't want this account cert getting out. You want to be able to make sure that you protect it so that you control which computers can be joined into your environment. So you should take steps to ensure that only your Windows Intune administrators have access to these files. And finally, our last tip is to provide you with some examples of how to set up Windows Intune groups. Once you have some computers added to your service, we recommend you start organizing them into groups to help you with the ongoing management tasks. There are a number of different approaches you can use for this, and the flexibility of Windows Intune groups means that you can customize and tune any of them to meet your exact needs. Here are 3 suggestions to help get you started. The first option that I have listed here is departmentally. We could organize the computers based on the department that the computer belongs to within the organization. Secondary, I could use something like geography. So here we've got the sites where the computers are most often organized. Then finally, we could organize the computers by their actual physical attributes. So in this example, I've got administration desktops, developer desktops, or executive laptops. But I could go even further here and organize the computers by the manufacturer or model type. With any of these, you can see that they're organized alphabetically. So if I wanted to customize this view a little bit, one of the tricks that you can use is to select one of these groups and then edit the group name by inserting a number and then saving it off. I can now organize exactly how I want these groups to appear and what order to appear in. Equally, I could also do a similar kind of thing if I wanted to just insert an NA, B, or C. Any of those will work, and you can see it will rearrange the groups accordingly. As you can add a computer to multiple groups, you're also free to adopt a hybrid approach here, whichever works for your organization. I hope you found those little tips and tricks useful, and that they're able to help you effectively use Windows Intune. Thank you.